My name is Jay Hyam, and I want to welcome you to a new adventure, a journey, an experiment, really, that we're going to be doing through the year 2018, and I'm hoping you will want to come along and be a part of this. I'm calling it the Sustainable Experiment. So a number of years ago, I read a book by Mark DeVries called The Sustainable Youth Ministry, and it was a fantastic book. I also had the opportunity to sit through a seminar at a conference where he was leading a group of youth workers through the book, and was just super impressed by what he had written and the things that he was suggesting. And as I read the book myself, just made a ton of notes and things in here of practical and helpful things that I thought were really right on when it comes to youth ministry. And so that's led me to a place here in 2018 where I am only 2 years into a new ministry position. I'm in my third year now, and I have the opportunity to do something with this program that I think is exciting, and that is take it from a ministry that's kind of just bouncing along week to week to week, and creating it to become what Mark refers to as a sustainable youth ministry. I'm excited about that because I've had the opportunity to have youth groups in the past that have been tremendously fruitful, and I give the glory to God for that. That when I left those programs, they continued on, and they continued to be healthy, and students continued to be ministered to for years afterwards. So even before I read Sustainable Youth Ministry, I kind of had a desire to see a student ministry live beyond myself. In other words, if God were to call me to another church to serve students, that the programming and the ministry that I had poured my life into would be something that would sustain itself, that the church would wrap around what was already happening, and continue to see that ministry move forward. And so when I read Sustainable Youth Ministry, I kind of resonated with some of the stuff that Mark wrote in it. And so as I look at the position that I'm in now, I'm saying to myself, I want to create a ministry that outlasts my time here. Now, I plan to be here at my church for as long as God would allow us to stay here. But more so, what I want for the church and for the students and the families of the church is I want them to be participating in a ministry that is not built on who I am or what I have to offer or my style of teaching or how I construct a calendar. I want the students and the families of this church to participate in a ministry that has solidified itself as a ministry that takes the vision of the church for the community that we are in and allows it to direct us as we try to reach students in our schools right here where we are. And I think Sustainable Youth Ministry and the things that Mark has in this book is a great way to apply that type of a thinking to what I want to see happen here, but also for the church as it continues to minister in this community. So here's what I'm doing. It's January 2018. It's the beginning of the new year. It's actually the very beginning of the month. Christmas and New Year's was just a few days away. And what I want to do is I want to take this year to kind of put what's in this book to the test. I want to start from ground zero and move into this year with a hope and a desire to see this program become a self-sustainable student ministry. And what I want to do is I want to use Mark DeVries' book, Sustainable Youth Ministry, as the guidelines that sets up the framework for the ministry here. Now, here's why I'm calling it the experiment. I have been a part of youth ministry for over 26 years. I've worked in churches mostly in the suburban and the rural communities. I have worked with churches that have been 500, 600 or more members, and I've worked with churches that have been 200, 300 members. My student programs have been over 50 students plus a week, and 100 students going away on trips to just having a handful of kids in the smaller church setting. I've done extensive time working with summer camps and doing my own weekend retreating along with denominational weekend retreating. So I've got a lot of experience and I know what makes a youth group function. But what I want to do is I want to take Mark's books and his framework, and I want to use this year to build a program that I'm hoping will live long into the future for the students and the families here at the church I serve. So here's what I'm doing. Over the course of this year, I will be taking Mark's book, and I will be using the things that he suggests and recommends, the steps that he suggests I take, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna apply all of it to what we're doing this year in our student ministry program, and I'm gonna document it. I'm gonna document it weekly here with a little bit of a report to you as to what I have done and the fruit that we're seeing, or the things that we're trying that maybe aren't working, and then having to change it or adapt it to see if it will work. And kind of create for maybe myself, maybe for you, an ongoing documentation of what it looks like to actually build a sustainable youth ministry. And the way I'm going to do that is, I've already read through this once. You can always see all my little tabs and things here. But I'm going to begin reading through this again this week. And I'm going to go chapter by chapter. I'm going to engage the discussion questions, because that's something I did not do the first time I read through it. But I'm going to begin reading through this book and actually doing some of the things that it talks about doing. And then when I'm through the book, Mark provides two appendix that give us checklists of things to do that actually put hands and feet to what we're reading. And so I'm going to use the appendix to create checklists of things that need to be done, whether it's creating a student directory or doing job descriptions or making sure I have my background clearances for all my volunteers. Whatever it is, we're going to go through and we're going to do this book. Here's what I would like for you to do. I would love for you to come along in this journey with me. I would love for you to be a part of this experiment. And I think this is something that, whether you are a veteran youth worker, maybe in a new location with an opportunity to do something different, maybe you are a new youth worker. You've only been in your call for a year, maybe 2 years. Maybe you're just getting started. Maybe you're 2-3 months in and you're looking for a way to grow and build your ministry, and you want to do it right for a good, healthy, balanced ministry. Well, I would invite you to come and join with me for this year and be a part of this experiment. I think together, us learning from each other, working through some of the things that Mark has for us would be a great way for us to strengthen one another, to support one another, and see how it looks to actually grow a sustainable youth ministry. Now, what you need to know about me is that when it comes to this, there's nothing in this for me other than I want my student ministry to go. I want this program that I'm now responsible for to be a healthy, balanced, growing ministry where students are continuously being welcomed in, discipled, and then sent out equipped and ready to serve. And so for me, this really is a personal project of mine. I want sustainable youth ministry here for this church, and I want it to be part of my DNA as a youth worker. It's something that I love doing. I love coming alongside other youth workers such as yourself and encouraging them to do ministry and encouraging them to read certain books or ask certain questions. And so part of me, in doing this for myself, it's also an opportunity for me to come alongside of you and help you do this for your group. I think the third thing that of why I'm doing this is I want to be a better youth worker. I want to be challenged as a youth pastor. I want to be informed. I want to continue to grow, and so doing this, I think, will be a great way for me to expand my knowledge, my experience, and it'd be a great opportunity for me to be able to come back in a year and say, hey, we did this, and as a youth worker, I'm better for it. Now, what's my connection to the book? Well, there is none. I have no affiliation whatsoever with Mark DeVries. I am in no way related or connected with Ministry Architects. I have no affiliation with InterVarsity Press Books, who is the publisher of this. So when I say that there's no connection, I'm looking at this as a resource that I'm putting to the test. All right, so I get nothing out of this. I bought the book years ago. I read the book. I paid for the seminar where I got to hear Mark teach on some of this stuff. So there's nothing connected or nothing connecting me with any of the author or the organization or the publisher. I'm doing this all on my own. Basically, what I am doing is I'm doing an experiment. I want to see if what is in here actually works. I want to go step by step, and I want to apply these things, and I want to see what the results are. That being said, this is associated with my website, jheim.com, and Student Ministry Today. And it's on my website where I'm going to share my experiences, my findings, my successes that I have with this, even the failures that I have with this. So I will be blogging throughout the year on a page that's dedicated to the sustainable experiment. I'm going to be vlogging on a regular basis, documenting the various things that we're doing and how they're working or not working. And I do all that so that you can see this for yourself, you can read it, and you can know. What do you do? Well, the choice you have is, do you want to be a part of this? I would love to have you come and join me on this experiment, and I'd love to be able to share in discussion and conversation with you about the things in this book. So it's January, it's 2018. As of today, Monday, it's January the 8th, as this video is being posted. So what I would encourage you to do, if you want to be a part of this, is go ahead and order this book. There are links right here on the website. There are links in the description of this video here. You can click on them. You can order this book. You can run to your local bookstore and get it. Maybe you already have it on your shelf and it's one of the books you want to read but you haven't read yet. Grab it, because starting on January the 15th, we will begin reading through this book chapter by chapter, entertaining the questions and beginning this discussion and the experiment itself. And then as the year goes on, we'll continue to talk about it and update one another and hopefully have some fun as we look at this together. I would hope that that's something that maybe you'd be interested in, especially if you're a new youth worker looking for a way to get started. How do I grow my youth ministry? What's the first things that need to be done? How do I get volunteers? Where do I go looking for volunteers? And how do I train them? How do I make sure they're the right ones for youth ministry? How do I do calendar? How do I plan? Like, all of those things are things that we will talk about in this book, or use this book as a catalyst for our discussions. So, do you want to join us? I hope you do. And if you do, great, that's fantastic. Simply respond by visiting my website, jheim.com. Click on the link for the sustainable experiments. Scroll down past the information and find the little link that says I'm in. And just submit your name and your email, and that will begin the process. I will begin conversing with you. You'll have the opportunity to communicate with me. And January 15th, we start reading. We start talking, we start planning, we start changing our ministries, and we put the book to the test, and we see what it looks like for us to create a sustainable youth ministry. All right, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, not only for updates for the experiment, but also updates for other things in youth ministry, including the Student Ministry Today vlog, which is a weekly vlog that I post with just different thoughts and comments and things on youth ministry. Be sure to join us on the blog, jhyam.com, where we talk about student ministry. And this year, the focus that we have is for young youth workers who are looking to begin and grow their student ministry. And so this year, 2018, that's what I'll be mostly writing about on the blog. All right, thanks so much for watching. If you have any other questions, be sure to add them down in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. And hopefully I'll see you next Monday right here as we begin reading The Sustainable Youth Ministry by Mark DeVries. This is the Sustainable Experiment. We'll see how it goes.